Welcome to Learn Short and Typing with Vikas sir. Progressive Magazine 2018 exercise number 7 and 8 100 word per minute. So be ready, start. It a little over a year how now since I had the honor of addressing this great assembly. In the course of this year, the organization which represents the world community has faced many crises. Among these crises has been the tragic death of the late Secretary General who during the many years of his high office saved to some extent the working of this assembly and enlarged its functions. I would like to pay my tribute and my homage to his memory. To you, sir, you occupy now this high seat of the Secretary General. I offer my warm welcome of regard and greetings. And I can assure you that we, in common with others, only welcome you here but offer you our full cooperation. I hope that under your guidance, Mr. Secretary General, the United Nations will advance from strength to strength and will serve the cause of the peace of the world and the cause of the removing the remains of foreign domination from various parts of the world. The General Assembly and the Security Council took many steps in the last year or more in regard to these matters and thereby enlarged to some extent the functions of the organization. Unfortunately, those steps did not yield immediately the results which we had hoped for because of various difficulties and the somewhat obstructive methods employed by some. I trust we shall work in future with greater unanimity and effectiveness in carrying out the decisions of the United Nations. In the Congo, the United Nations has undertaken a great responsibility, and on the success of that venture depends in many ways the future of the United Nations itself or its future effectiveness. Therefore, it is of the utmost importance that the work which this organization has undertaken in the Congo should succeed and yield results. All the countries represented here are interested in this vital problem. We in India are a little more interested than some others because we have at the invitation of the United Nations placed some of our resources and some of our armed forces at the disposal of the organization for service in the Congo. The Congo has become the symbol and the touchstone of success for the activities of the United Nations. During the last year, many associations have been made to the membership of the General Assembly from all over the world. Next para. We find that the problems arising there are problems of a new vitality and not problems of a decadent people. They are the problems of a new life emerging. I referred to the Congo, and there is the nearby country of Anglo under Portuguese rule. Apart from the theoretical question of colonialism, from the practical point of view, what we have heard of events in Angola has been distressing in the extreme. We can imagine how much it must distress people in Africa. I earnestly hope that this remnant of colonialism will also peacefully change. There are other colonial problems, of course. Stop. There is Algeria. I can only say that the terrible suffering which the people of Algeria have undergone during the last 8 years must find fulfillment. I am sure they will, but I would hope that they will do so soon, and that the story of their agony should not drag. I do think that at this stage of the world's history, it has become impossible for colonies to continue without creating complications which may lead to major conflicts in the world. The world is facing even greater problems of survival, of war and peace. The choice today before the world is a choice which has never been posed before. It is a choice of self-extinction or survival. Many people think and talk about escaping from the disaster of a nuclear war by living underground and living like rats in a hole. It is surely a strange commentary on our times that we should be driven to that conclusion instead of directing all our energies and all our strength to the prevention of that catastrophic. There are basic problems before us which I believe are capable of solution, because I am convinced that no country deliberately desires war. I am convinced that the people all over the world are passionately in favor of peace. There is the problem of disarmament. I am convinced that the modern world cannot continue for long without full disarmament. It is perhaps true ultimately that the material advance which has taken place in the world and which is magnificent has gone far ahead of the development of the human mind. A mind which took behind and think in terms of how nations functioned and was occurred 100 or 200 years ago does not fit in with the modern age as such. Full stop.